So the AI revolution is officially here. It's changing literally everything about how we live and work. But there's a hidden cost, and it's starting to show up in a place you definitely notice: your monthly electric bill.
All right, let's get right into it. There's no question artificial intelligence is transforming our world, but all that power, all that processing, it's incredibly thirsty for one critical resource: electricity. A truly astonishing amount of it. And that really gets to the heart of the matter, doesn't it? As this demand for power just explodes, who's actually picking up the tab for all of it? I think the answer is going to surprise you.
Okay, first things first. To really wrap our heads around this, we need to understand the sheer scale of the energy that AI is consuming. We are talking about an appetite for power that is growing at a mind-boggling rate.
Just take a look at this chart. You can see the different projections from analysts, but pay attention to that green line. That is not a gentle curve, my friends. That is a rocket ship heading straight up. It shows the projected power demand from AI data centers is just exponential. It's a future that's going to require a staggering amount of new energy. So let's put a number on that most aggressive projection for 2030, 327 gigawatts. Now, a number that big is almost meaningless on its own, right? So what in the world does 327 gigawatts actually look like?
Well, this slide really hammers it home. On one side, you have the projected demand from AI alone. On the other side, the entire combined power capacity of California, Virginia, and Utah. It's not even close. We're talking about needing to generate an absolutely immense amount of new, reliable power, and we need to do it in just a few years.
Okay, so here's the real kicker. You've got this unprecedented new demand for energy slamming into an electrical system that was, never designed to handle it. Let's talk about the incredible strain this is putting on America's power grid. It's really a perfect storm of problems. A lot of our grid is super old, dating back to the 1950s and 60s. We're just not building new power plants or the transmission lines to carry that power fast enough. Getting a permit for a new project can take like 4 to 7 years. And that's before you even start dealing with supply chain nightmares for essential parts like transformers. And here's a really important point from Aman Joshi at Bloom Energy. It's not just the amount of power. See, traditional power grids are built for predictable demand, but AI, its workloads are all over the place, causing these huge, wild swings in power use that our grid just, it can't handle it.
So what does all this mean for you? The new demand, the old grid, the race to upgrade, well, it has a very direct, very personal consequence, and it's showing up in your mailbox every single month.
And look, this isn't just a feeling you have. The data is crystal clear. As you can see here, since 2021, residential electricity prices have shot up 29%. That is way, way higher than the overall inflation rate. Your power bill isn't just going up, it's going up faster than almost everything else. And the real-world impacts are, they're pretty intense. We looked at what people are saying online, and the sticker shock is real. I mean, you can just feel the frustration from this person near Chicago getting hit with a $300 bill. And it's not an isolated thing. Here's another person, in a pretty normal-sized home, getting slammed with bills as high as $600. He says it's nuts, and he's right. It's becoming a huge financial stress for people.
But this example right here is it's jaw-dropping. Can you even imagine your bill jumping from $340 to over $1,700 in a single month? I mean, how is any family supposed to budget for that kind of chaos?
This is obviously a huge issue for a lot of people, and we really want to know what you're seeing. Have you noticed your own electricity bill creeping up, or maybe even spiking like some of these examples? Let us know what's happening in your area in the comments below.
So, as you can probably guess, when costs start to skyrocket like this, everybody starts pointing fingers. So let's get into the political debate that's heating up over who exactly is responsible for all this.
Well, according to a recent survey, the public doesn't really have one clear villain in mind. The blame is spread out pretty evenly. As this chart shows, about 35% point to the tech companies, but 30% blame the government, and another 25% blame the utility companies. It really shows just how messy and complicated this whole problem is.
And that complexity is definitely reflected in politics. In a super rare moment of bipartisanship, both parties agree that rising bills are a big problem. But
They could not disagree more on the cause. Democrats tend to argue that big tech is causing the strain, so they should be the ones to pay for the upgrades. On the other hand, many Republicans argue that the policy push towards renewables has made the grid unreliable and expensive to begin with, making it vulnerable to this new surge in demand.
So the problem's been identified, the blame game is in full swing. But the real question is, what are we going to do about it? Let's wrap this up by looking at some of the actual concrete solutions that are starting to take shape.
And states are not waiting around. Lawmakers from both parties are introducing new laws. You've got California, which is now studying exactly how these costs get passed down to regular people. Texas is moving to make new, huge power users, like data centers, chip in for grid upgrades. And then states like Oregon and New Jersey are exploring totally new pricing systems, or tariffs, just for data centers, to try and protect everyone else.
And all these state actions really boil down to this one key concept: cost allocation. It sounds kind of boring and technical, but it's actually super important. It's just the process of deciding who pays for what. The huge debate is this: should the massive cost of upgrading our entire grid be spread out across everybody's bill, or should the giant industrial users who are causing this demand have to pay for it directly?
And that's really where we are, at this major crossroads. The AI revolution is promising incredible things, but it comes with a very real price tag for our power grid and for our wallets. Figuring out how we allocate that cost is going to shape the future of technology and the affordability of daily life for millions of us. It's a huge challenge, and there are absolutely no easy answers. Hey, if you found this explainer helpful, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the topics that are shaping our world.